Hey heroes, welcome back to the Heroes Institute. And just a quick disclaimer, I did upload a video today about this exact video actually, but for some reason YouTube decided to remove it because it violated community guidelines for some reason. Maybe because I used the word sexy too much and they are not sexy by removing my video. Anyway, so I just wanted to wrap up this 3-part series about how to optimize your ratio so you're more attractive to the opposite gender. How's that, eh? So let's talk about the first 2 episodes. Just a recap, the first 2 episodes we talked about diet and sleep. And those are essentially the levers of health that can optimize your ratio. And my focus is more on composition, which is essentially lowering your body fat and increasing your muscle mass. Now, in this video, I want to make it quick and kind of just straight to the point. So exercise is, as we all know, is very important. However, in the golden ratio, it's only around 10 to 20% of contributes to your health, which is not much when you think about it. But anyway, I want to talk about how it's actually more focused on distribution rather than composition. The distribution is more about where does the muscle go? Where do you want to place your muscle? So, for instance, women and men have a slightly different, actually it's quite a big difference, ratio. So the distribution for a woman, or ideal distribution, is a hourglass. So the upper body is wide or wider, the mid is narrower, or the midsection is narrower, and the lower body is wide as well. So you get that nice hourglass. And for the man, it's really about the muscular V shape, which is found to be the most attractive, or the most, I can't say the word, but anyway, most attractive to the opposite gender. Okay, so let's talk about strategies to optimize these ratios. So for the hourglass figure, it's about building the upper body. And you might be thinking, oh, building up, I don't want to be looking like a man, I don't want to be all muscly. So don't worry too much about that, because women don't have as much testosterone, which means they don't pack on as much muscle. So it's really about toning these areas and toning the lower half as well. So you want to pack on a little bit of muscle and make it nice and toned rather than bulk. I mean, it doesn't really look that good if you are too bulky. But anyway, so really focusing on the back area, such as your upper back, rhomboids, trapezius muscles, and your lats. Also your shoulder, your deltoid muscles, and your chest if you want, if you need to. Anyway, so exercises such as dumbbell flies, lateral arm raises, lateral pull downs, any kind of exercises that works this top area, especially the lats as well, will help you get a nice wide top. Not too wide, of course. Now let's focus on the core, the midsection, which is where you get the hourglass. And the real strategy here is to do fat loss exercises. So any type of exercises that reduce fat percentages, your body fat composition. And this is primarily cardio and calisthenics. So running, cycling, swimming, doing push-ups and so forth. And there's a bit of a misconception with doing a lot of ab work, because if you think about it, if you're doing a lot of ab work, you are actually expanding your core, or your midsection. So doing planks, I mean, doing some planks is good, and some because it helps you tone, because if you don't have any muscles, there's nothing to really show. But you don't really want to bulk up the area. You don't really want to work on the sides, especially the oblique muscles. You want to kind of avoid them, avoid bulking that area. Otherwise, you just go that, and you're just a pencil basically. Well, not a pencil, but you're a rectangle. So it's really about reducing fat, and especially for women. Women tend to lose fat around the abdominal area first. So that's a kind of a bonus to be a woman. Now, let's talk about the lower body. So the lower body, as you can imagine, it's about the glutes, getting a nice round derriere, and it's also working on the hamstrings and the quads. So basically, working on the muscles that give you a nice kind of round bottom half, nice and curvy. So exercises such as doing some squats, weighted squats, lunges, will help you build a nice shape. So in the end, the strategy for a woman is to basically, you want to bulk up, not bulk up, you want to get a wider top, wider bottom, and a very nice narrow waist. Okay, so let's move on to the men. Now, the strategy for a man to get more attractive or nice ratio is really to get that nice V. So studies have shown that a woman is she's first attracted by a man's shoulders. So, you know, these babies up here. So in a sense that makes sense, because you want to get that nice V. So this is the widest part of the body. If you have nice wide shoulders, you will have a nice V, provided that you don't have a big gut. Okay. Anyway, so I mean, it's also important to get, you know, nice chest and back, but the real focus is on the shoulders. So working out your shoulders, doing shoulder presses, lateral raises, and all sorts of exercises. Also, you know, don't neglect the back and the chest. That's still important to get a nice rounded top, a nice cone shape, if you must. Now, the advice I would like to give you is to really focus on high intensity workouts. So doing especially weights that are very heavy, so 80 to 90% of your max, 1 rep max. So that, and then also low reps, because low reps helps, low and slow reps help build muscle, and rather than doing very light and very high reps, that's just more for toning and kind of burning fat and muscle. So you really want to get as heavy as you can comfortably, and well, not as comfortably, but you know what I mean. And also doing like 5 to 8 reps, around that kind of range. That is the range that helps build more muscle. So moving down to the bottom, also don't forget the lats. I forgot to mention the lats. The lats that give you that nice tapering look, the latissimus dorsi, if that's how you say it. Anyway, so going back to the waist, or the bottom of the V, same with women, you want to kind of lose weight, lose fat, and men don't really lose fat there first, so that's a bit of a problem. So you want to kind of aim for general, just doing a lot of cardio and calisthenics, any type of high intensity aerobic exercises that help minimize overall body fat percentages. So yeah, also just quickly to mention that yes, 0.75 is the ratio that men would is found to be the most attractive for a man. So 0.75 waist to shoulder ratio. So you don't want to be a complete triangle, inverted triangle. You want to be like a kind of like a triangle, you know, not without the tip. Anyway, so let's see. I had to mention that I am not a doctor, nutritionist, or dietitian, or kind of personal trainer. I've just done this for a long time. I practiced this, and I've kind of researched this, the hell out of this kind of topic. I've been reading so many articles. I've spoken to people. Basically a lot of experience in this. So make sure if you're unsure about this, consult a professional, a medical professional, and do what's comfortable for you. Don't kill yourself at the gym just to get this ratio, because at the end of the day, this ratio is very attractive, but there's other ways to be attractive as well. And this is just kind of how the biological way of attracting people in general. So anyway, let me conclude by saying thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Give me some suggestions, feedback, and like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.